John Brennan back again. This time I have the Shuttdown, Blaine Shutt, one of our professional sponsored athletes with MMA Company and the CES Flyweight Champion. How does that sound, Blaine?
It sounds good. It sounds good.
Yeah. So Blaine, how you doing? What are you doing to keep yourself busy? How you holding up during quarantine?
It's tough. Kind of like the uncertainty of like whether I'm going to work today or tomorrow and whatnot. It's obviously a struggle. Probably not obviously for myself, but for everybody else in the whole world too. But training wise, pretty much doing what every other fighter can do that doesn't own their own gym, running, lifting weights, push-ups, sit-ups. I'm craving to hit mitts though. Like I'm craving so bad to crack some freaking pads and eating at me.
Yeah, I just saw Josh was holding for Christian yesterday. I was like, man, I wish I was cracking pads right now. It's been too long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I can only do so much with a heavy bag, right? Like I'm just moving around it, and it's not really giving me the looks that I want to really stay crisp.
Yeah, the heavy bag's tough. Like I have mine, but I don't have anywhere to hang it, so I'm just doing like a lot of ground and pound stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a call like yesterday from my landlord asking what all the thuds and stuff were and everything. So I'm picking it up and slamming it in the ground and stuff. I accidentally actually put like a tiny hole in my wall from tackling it, but that's an easy little putty over it situation.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know.
it is what it is, right? The landlord can't get that mad about it, trying to stay in shape.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a world champ now, okay?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. So speaking of that, right? You've been fighting for a pretty long time. I think you were a pro even when you and I first met. When I first started training at Gracie. You're pretty young. You've been fighting for a long time, and now you got this, CES Flyweight Championship. How has your journey been? Leading up to that point, and then what's next for you?
It's probably pretty crazy. Obviously, like us being former teammates and stuff, and me having my tenure at Gracie, and then ultimately ended up leaving for personal reasons. But I don't know. It's almost kind of like a dream come true in a way because there was a point in time in the career, especially with the transition of leaving and everything, what was going on. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I had that one really big fight at Shogun, which would have put me on the map, and that ended up falling short, and just a lot of stuff was going wrong at home. It was honestly just, if I would have lost that CES fight, I definitely probably would have retired.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely really cool that everything kind of came together because what seemed to have been a rhythm in my full fight career, and I'm sure you've seen it, Zach has said it and stuff like that, like I hold myself back and I get in my own head and I beat myself before I get into the fight, and I don't fight to my full potential, and I feel at CES I finally actually pulled the trigger and wrestled really well, fought really well. I wrestled really well too, but yeah, it was cool. It was like a big real stress reliever, showing where my true skill was actually at. Like obviously I could compete with the best in the world. I fought Sean Santella, I fought Fisher and this and that, but I lost to them. So beating one of those guys, showing that not only I can hang with them, but I can also beat them, that was the like, all right, I finally did it, and now let's just keep building and keep rolling off this momentum. And I had really big opportunities like going out to AKA, and I actually became a full member there. I'm actually part of the team now and stuff. So not only will I be out there for my fight camps when like Matchfeld and stuff goes there, and a couple of the other guys, I'm actually gonna get flown out to be their training partners and stuff, which is cool. So that whole AKA thing was just a blessing in disguise, and it turned into be a big thing. And yeah, so what's next for the CES situation though? I was actually supposed to defend my belt on the 24th against a Dana White Contender Series vet. Unfortunately, it got canceled because of this whole situation that's going on. And I feel like that would have gotten me the call for at least a Contender Series fight. But we'll see. They'll reschedule it and whatever. after I beat him and defend the belt, if I don't get the call, my plan is to be a champ there, and I want to go up and fight for the 35-pound belt.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've bounced around a lot, right? In your career, you fought at 35, 25, 30, up to 40, I think at times. Now, being that you're fighting at 25 pretty regularly, how would you put on that extra weight to go up to 35?
I would have to change my lifting regimen. I mean, I don't lift heavy weights. I do a lot of body cardio stuff and light weights, a lot of reps. But I have the body frame where I can put a lot of muscle on and stuff. I mean, you've seen my brother; he's freaking huge.
Yep.
If that were to happen, which I'm totally up for it. Actually, when I was out in California, this last fight camp, when they had that London card, they wanted to move the show to the United States, and I actually would have gotten a 35-pound fight on that.
Oh, okay.
Which that was on the DL. It obviously didn't happen, but it was still kind of cool that like I got the recognition of, hey, you're a last second replacement to step in this week, and I was all about it. And it would have been at 35 too. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. I mean, obviously, I feel like my name's there now. Like again, the whole AKA situation was probably a really big part of it because it was DC that put my name in there. So I mean, the future's bright. Like it's definitely funny how it came full circle. What do you want? Want this? There you go. But yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I watched your CES title fight, and I think that was the most confidence that you've ever shown in your striking. We always talked about how you held yourself back, you kind of pulled your punches, and then you kind of like move a little bit, and you're always trying to then get in on that takedown. And now I'm seeing a different side of you where you're letting those hands go, you're putting combos together, you're finishing with strong leg kicks, and then you're throwing in your wrestling and kind of building that all into mixed martial arts instead of two being separate, which I think you can agree that you did in a lot of your fights. You either strike or you would wrestle. And this last fight, you really put it all together. Now, would you attribute that to being around those guys at AKA? I mean, I see you out there all the time training with those guys, being surrounded by some of the best fighters in the world.
No.
Okay.
I actually have to give the majority of it to my striking coach, Manny Rose. Mm-hmm. I work with him every single day, and we went really, really hard on hands. Like if I even took a shot, or if I fainted like I was taking a shot, he made me put my hands down and he'd smack me right across the face. So a lot of it was brainwashing myself that look, I'm not wrestling here. I'm not wrestling. Throw your hands. Throw more. You got to throw more than 3 punches every time I throw a hand. So Manny was a big part of it. AKA just really helped me. When you get yourself in a room with guys that are better than you, and even if you're getting beaten, now you're just leveling up at this point in time. Mm-hmm. You're sharpening your tools in a way, but you're not sharpening your tools like you're hitting the heavy bag to work on these combos to get that muscle memory. With the guys out in AKA, they're just leveling me up.
Now
so
go ahead. No, go ahead.
So everywhere I go has its purpose. So Manny's just my stand-up boxing coach and everything, and AKA is the whole leveling up, getting in that room with freaking sharks, and then obviously I have my privates with Matt Rizzo, who was UFC vet, Bellator vet, who me and him work one-on-one with a lot of stuff, which he's the one that's sharpening my wrestling game and my ground game. Obviously I've been training out at EMA and stuff. I've kind of been all over the place. I'm a little bit of a gym whore at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I mean there's nowhere in almost town for me to go. Everywhere is an hour away. So it's the permanent place where I found a home majority of the time. Obviously, is Manny's. I'm there every day. Then secondly would be probably EMA and Moser's Mat Club, which is the new gym that I'll be at most of the time when Ben opens that up. Which I'm super excited about that. He's got a really cool thing going on.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too. We were talking about that a little offline before the interview, just about, kind of training collaborations and different seminars and things that he's going to be able to do when he, has his own spot. It'll be cool. We'll probably end up running into each other, when we're up there. I'll get you, with a left hand or two like we used to.
Yeah, we've had some good rounds, man. We've had some great rounds.
So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I see you got your daughter there with you. Just want to get the people, some more info on Blaine Shutt. Where can they go to find you on social media, and then where can they get your merch?
Really, my big presence on social media is mostly my Instagram. I try to keep my Facebook to be a little more personal. I still have a couple of fan pages that I'll post on every once in a while there. But my merch can be hit up at your new company, MMAT, on my link on Facebook. I'm sure I'll post some more stuff, or you can hit up your webpage, check it out. I'll be putting the link on my Instagram here shortly. But yeah, man, it's really cool what you're doing, John. I mean, it's a long time coming. I remember talking about this a while ago, especially when Damien was still making everybody's shirt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. It was a pleasure talking to you today. Stay safe, stay busy, stay in shape, and looking forward to seeing you defend that belt or going champ with CES.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, you. No problem.